Hello and welcome on Watches TV, and today we have the pleasure to bring you along to the Patek Museum, an institution that has recently celebrated its 20th anniversary, which is an absolute must for any watch lovers coming to Geneva. And actually this museum could well be a goal in itself to come and visit Geneva. It is just an amazing place where you can spend hours, and over the years the collection has not only gotten bigger, but the interactive options put at your disposal do make the visit also much richer, with contextual information displayed on tablets, for instance. So let's meet Professor Peter Fries, director of this institution, who will come back on its genesis and how the collection of more than 4,000 timepieces is structured around 3 floors.
There's a slogan by our honorary president, Mr. Philip Stern, saying, if you want to understand the future, you have to look into the past. Already in the 19th century, the first generation of this company from Monsieur Patek and Monsieur Philippe were looking a lot into history. Now they're histories themselves. In the 1893 World Exposition in Chicago, Patek Philippe had a very big booth there, not showing only their actual collection. They really organized a historic exhibition on historic timepieces. Mr. Henri Stern and Mr. Philip Stern, they started to collect very early, I would say very quietly. The 105th anniversary in 1989 was a very key year for the company because of the quartz crisis, the question where does the watch industry in Switzerland will head to. This was the year of the Caliber 89, communicating inside to the company, the best what we can do is build mechanical watches. 33 complications. A pocket watch too big to put in the pocket, almost 1 kilogram heavy. One we have here in the museum, of course, the prototype, which is one of the 5. So the museum opened the doors in 2001, that's now 20 years ago. It was from day one a very successful place. We are the only watch museum still in Geneva, and that's a great achievement of the Stern family to make this place public. So our visitors can come from every day in the afternoon to see the collection, but in the morning the museum is used for our colleagues here to come and look at the pieces, to learn from them. In general, we can say that every of our watches is in functional condition. You know, there's a big discussion how far you go with restoration. Of course, we try to keep everything of the original. That's a #1 guideline. Sometimes pieces are really worn out, then we take the pieces out and still keep them, but we replace them by a new piece. On the first floor, we show the history of Patek Philippe. On the 3rd floor, we have a library and archival materials which go back into the history of the company. And then there's this great exhibition here, where we are here in the 2nd floor of the so-called antique collection, with now 1,183 pieces, showing the history of portable timekeeper from 1500 to middle of the 19th century, when the company was founded. These pieces always reflect history. Watchmaking is a true European story over 1,000 years. This is a watch done by an English watchmaker, Thomas Much. Thomas Much was one of the leading watchmakers in England. If I would have to rank him, he would still be in the top 5 in the world today. And he built this watch with a perpetual calendar in 1763. By our knowledge, this is the first portable timekeeper with a perpetual calendar inside. And even the movement had some surprises for our engineers who are building watches at Patek Philippe. It indicated basically also the leap year, an indication which in wristwatches came in the 1960s. But Patek Philippe is also famous for having created the first perpetual calendar wristwatch. The movement was done in the 1890s and it was cased in 1920s and then sold. This watch does not have a leap year indicator. I'm holding in my hands one of the most precious pocket watches ever made in history. It has diamonds all over, more than 140. It was made 400 years ago, and it almost looks brand new. We assume it was owned by some royalty. As far as we are at the moment, I think it goes back to Sweden. The movement was made in Paris by a very famous watchmaker, but even from him we don't know too many pieces. It's enamel painted inside on the dial and here. It has special enameling techniques on the case all over, and it has its original key to wind and set the hands. And even the key is done in the same design as the watch itself. All the watches we show here on this floor in the antique collection, they're all wind by a key. And one of the key messages we have here in our Patek Philippe collection is, whenever you see a watch, no matter which brand, I'm not mentioning names here, today they use the same mechanism for winding and setting with the crown, which Jean-Adrien Philippe invented in 1842. And I think that's a key message we want to give the people away, how innovative this company was from the get-go, and how innovative it is still today. These pieces are evidence of history. These are pieces where we learn about the past. These are pieces where our watchmakers here in the museum, but also watchmakers from the company, have access to better understand what's been done earlier. Is this useful for a watch tomorrow? We can make these bridges from past to present with many pieces. And we do this extensively in our iPads, where we refer to Patek Philippe watches or to historical watches, and creating a context, creating a history. That's the best experience. And our tour guides do a fantastic job. In these 20 years, the exhibition had an exponential growth. I think we can represent the history of Patek Philippe completely. Of course, there's always a piece, which makes an exception. And even in the history of the mechanical watch, I think we covered almost everything. Today, if we add another piece to this collection, it has to be really exceptional. We have the opportunity to really shape this collection in all its facets and fine-tune it to the best. And every visitor who's been here can feel that such a collection does not exist anywhere else.
Like I said in the intro, this place is just a must. I visited many times, and it's always with the same pleasure that I go there, especially since I used to live just in front of it some time back. But even for those who are not yet watch addicts like some certain people, well, I promise you that it's just totally worth spending some time there, as it will most definitely help you grasp that watchmaking is indeed a form of art, a very meaningful form of art. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and an immense and respectful thanks to the Stern family for having put this incredible collection together and sharing it with all of us. The very best to you, and viva beautiful and inspiring watchmaking!